What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Garage Builds. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace your engine on your Classic Tmaxx, Traxxas Tmaxx 2.5. So sadly this engine is losing compression. I'm going to show you guys how you can easily check your compression. So what you can do is just put your finger down here. You can spin this little wheel. As you turn it and your piston gets to the top, it should get a little bit hard. See, ooh, barely has any compression. Pretty much spins freely, so yeah, it's time to get a new engine. So let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do, you can remove this. Remove your glow plug. We're gonna get to the bottom. Down here, you're gonna remove your 4 Phillips screws to remove your fuel tank. That's the first thing we're gonna do. The engine, you're gonna have these 4 Allen bolts right here. So 1, 2, down here 3 and 4. Now that we got the bolts off for the fuel tank, it should come right out right here. You can plug your hoses. So one here, this one in the carburetor right here. Just pull it off. There we go. We have our little tank right here. Put that to the side. Now that we're here, we can unplug our wires from our easy start. Positive or negative. Get these out the way. Alright, now that we got these out the way, we can remove our exhaust. Once you got your little bracket off, you can easily just pull your exhaust off. Put here to the side with the rest of your parts. And now, to remove your carburetor, if you don't have another one, you're gonna pass it on to your new engine. You're gonna have this little bolt right here. And to remove that, you can use the little tool for your wheels. For this bolt, you can use this tool right here. Pretty much just goes right on here. All I gotta do is turn it like as soon as it loosens up, maybe like 1 turn, and your carburetor should be able to shake right out. Shake, shake, shake. Alright, so before you get this out, you're gonna get your screwdriver. You're gonna want to remove this little bolt. Screw. This will hold the linkage to your throttle. Alright, put your little screws to the side. You can pull this right out. And there we go. Once you got this out, just move it to the side for a bit. And you should be able to take this right out through here. Alright, put your carburetor to the side. And put this to the side, make sure you don't bend that. Get it out the way. Now that we're here, we're gonna take off those 4 Allen bolts I was talking about, the bottom. I'm gonna show you guys once we remove those. Alright, so I'm removing the last Allen bolt, the bottom holding the engine. After this bolt right here, the engine should come right out. Alright, now that we got the fourth bolt out, engine pretty much wiggle out of here. And just like that, We got our 2.5 engine out. It's just being held by those 4 bolts. So that's pretty much it. Now she's a roller just with the transmission. Now we just wait on our new engine to come in and we'll put it right in. Alright, now that we got our engine out, we have our 2 engines here. We're gonna be converting from a 2.5 over to a 3.3, and I'm gonna show you guys how you do that. So pretty much all you're gonna have to do for this back part is remove the easy start and pass it over to the 3.3, and I guess you can put the pull start onto this one. You're also gonna put the exhaust from the 2.5 over to the 3.3, and then on the front side you're gonna have to pass all these parts on the front over to this side, so this can fit into your transmission, into the 2.5 transmission. So I'll show you guys how we do that. First, we're gonna start right here. We're gonna start by removing these right here. This should be a 2mm Allen wrench. I'm gonna remove the pull start. Once you removed all the bolts, your pull start should come right off. Put it over to the side. Now onto the 2.5. We're gonna do the same. Remove all these screws right here. Once you get all your little bolts off, your easy start should come right out. You guys can tell they're pretty identical. So let me just clean this up a little bit and we're gonna pass it on to the 3.3. Alright, now that we got her somewhat cleaned up, we can pass it over to the 3.3. You can put the bolts back on. Alright, now that you got your easy start tightened up, you're gonna go back over to your 2.5 and we're gonna remove the exhaust. It's gonna have these 2 bolts right here, 1, 2. One in the left, and one in the right. Right there. Once you got this puppy out, thing's pretty crusty. Let's see if we can clean this up a bit. As you guys can see, our 3.3 engine is pretty much new, so we don't want this looking like that. We'll be right back. Alright, now that we got this crusty exhaust somewhat cleaned up, man, that stuff is kind of big. So this right here is gonna go like this. Make sure it goes all the way in, it's flat. You can start with this bolt right here. Once you get one bolt in, go on to the next one right here. Man, that exhaust looks a lot better. Thing was crusty. All that buildup. Alright, look at that. It looks a lot cleaner. Alright, make sure you got that nice and tight. You don't want this coming loose. Alright, now that we got that on, we're gonna go on to the front side. So for the 3.3, you're gonna have a bolt, an Allen bolt, right in the center. So to remove this, you're gonna have to hold this little flywheel with a wrench. But I suggest you to put like a rag or something. That's what I like to do. I put it right here. Then I clamp it, and then I remove it, because or else you're gonna mess up the little teeth on here. So I'm gonna show you guys how we do that. Alright, so now that I got these right here, I'm pretty much gonna grab it from here. But use a rag so you don't mess up this part. So I got this rag right here that I was using to clean. Put it right to the top of it. Now you're gonna hold it. You're gonna hold that tight, and you're gonna remove this bolt right here, just like so. Give me a second. Alright, got it. Nice and tight. Alright. Let me get back to you guys. Alright. Now that we got it loosened up, remove the bolt in the center. Oop, don't lose that. Put that to the side. You're gonna have this right here, your gears. Don't lose your washers, they're gonna fall out like they just did. You're gonna have 2 washers inside. These 2, don't lose these go inside of here. Put them to the side. You're also gonna have 2 bearings. This is the inside one. Oh, you can't see the other one. It's in there. Don't worry about that. Get your bearing. Put it to the side. You're gonna have your pads right here. Put this to the side. Alright, so here, and the 2.5 is going to have an E-clip right here. So to remove that, grab it from each side right here. Oh, give me a second. Let me remove this real quick. Once you got this E-clip off, put it on the right side. We got this stuff for the 2.5. This should come right off. Be careful with the bearings. You don't want to drop anything. Alright. Here we got the bearing. Oop. Bearing right here. We got the brake pad. Alright, now we're here. So I was looking at the flywheels, and they look exactly the same, and this one looks a lot newer. This one looks a little crusty. So to be honest, I think I'm gonna just keep this one. I'm gonna just put this back on. And now we'll just put all these parts right here. All this. I'm gonna pass it on to 3.3. Alright, so I'm putting back all the parts from the 2.5. to the 3.3. So here we got the bearing. Alright. Once it's all the way through, you're gonna grab your E-clip. You're gonna put it back on right here. You might have to use something. Push it back on. Got our low flat right here. I think that's a magnet. This thing's hard. Alright. Once you got that back on, your clip is on. Now it's time to remove the engine mount from this one and pass it on to the other one. Remove the engine mount, you remove 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this part should come out. It's gonna go right here. Pretty much just screw on all the 4 screws. Once I do that, I'll get back to you guys. Once you got everything done, this yellow cable is gonna be your ground. I kept this one loose, so I'm gonna put it right here. After I put that, the engine is gonna go right here. Make sure you align the teeth on the gear back there. And this one, this should spin freely, as you guys can see right there. Alright. Oh my god, look how nice she's looking with that big boy 3.3. Alright, so I'm gonna bolt up the 4 bolts on the bottom. Show you guys. So I'm gonna bolt up these 4 bolts. Alright, now we got everything back on. We got our positive on the top, negative in the bottom. Put our gas tank back on. Our carburetor is tight. The little linkage that opens with the car is on. Exhaust is back on. Everything should pretty much be back on. And there you guys go. A 3.3 swap on a Classic 2.5 Tmaxx. And my next video of Tmaxx, I'll be showing you guys how she runs. Let's see if she hits that 2 speed. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And we see you guys on the next one.